My name is Wakil, one of the moderator for Wakeelite book club. Here with us meet our new author. This is Mr. Author Kelly.
How you doing?
Join me appreciate our author for this night. Welcome everyone to the Wakeelite book club spotlight. Today we are hosting a powerful and deeply raw memo from Author Kelly, also known as D and OG, if I'm correct, right?
Right.
Yes. His book, Diary of a Down and Out Gangster, takes readers inside 3 decades of crime, addiction, survival, and the difficult road towards redemption. Now we will hear directly from Kelly about the real stories behind the book and the lessons learned from the life lived on the edge. So, Otto Kelly, now can we hear from you? Kindly introduce yourself. Readers are here to hear from you, learn about your journey. How has the journey been? Let's hear from you.
I'm just hearing a lot. Anyway, I didn't realize I was going to have to go first. I've never done this before. This is my second published piece. Uh, Blood in My Blood was the first one. You, it's a real easy to be a mafia or anything, but I have uh, led a life of crime. I've I'm good now though. I'm reformed, I guess you could say, for about 10 years or so. But it has there's a lot of stories of criminality in here, and with a little bit of humor sprinkled throughout too. At least I think so. But then again, I'm a criminal. I'm just like reformed criminal. I'm I'm straight now. I don't. I raised my son who has autism mostly by myself throughout. But anyway, But there are there. I guess I could. Oh, here's the way to start. I'm glad I. The way it starts out, it goes from in 2024. I guess it's embarrassed to. Well, let me say this. When I was 15, I was hit by a car by a drunk driver. I went through the windshield. They say I literally died 5 times, and they kept reviving me and stuff. And I had to learn to walk and talk and read and write and all that stuff over again. That was when I was 15. So in 2024, kind of embarrassed to say, I literally attempted suicide. I got this scar on my head right anyway. That was bad, but that's the basics. The way it starts off is I'm going to read it here in a second. Some of it. It starts off with describing the the suicide attempt, right? And then it switches. Instead of after I wake up from that in the hospital, the attempt, it wakes up from me being back when I was 15, waking up out of the coma, and it tells different stories from that point up to 2024, I guess you could say. I'll read a couple of paragraphs from it. Kelly felt a great weight, but Kelly felt a great weight come off of his chest as he tilted the bottle of narcotic medication straight up, emptying the entire contents, swallowing and chewing the dangerous tablets at the same time. He threw the empty bottle across the bedroom. It ricocheted off the wooden floor, bouncing into the wall and back to the floor again. He lay back against the bed's headboard with a genuine sigh of relief. He reached down to his table to the left He grabbed what he knew to be his last cigarette. He giggled slightly at the thought of him now not having to worry about dying from cancer. He finished the cigarette and put it out in the ashtray. The air is consumed with smoke. There are no fans or air blowing. Kelly grabbed his pen and the yellow notebook to say goodbye to his son. His face became drenched with tears. He felt the medicine begin to kick in. He became sleepy. He then rolled to his side, thinking only of avoiding the stress of life. He had thought of doing this dark deed for years. Now he was finally going through with it. His eyes slowly opened. He was in a hospital bed with all kinds of tubes stemming from his body. His parents were there in a dull white room beside his bed. He sees some of his other family as well. That seemed weird because his parents had been dead for years. He also saw some of his other kin, whom he hadn't seen for a long while. Each came to his bed with different sympathetic greetings. He fell back asleep soon afterward. After a few months had passed, Kelly came out of the hospital. His hospital stay consisted of 2 weeks in a coma. They had to put a shunt into his head to keep his brain from swelling any larger. A month and a half went by. The doctors told Kelly they were close to being done and that he was about to leave. Kelly was so happy it seemed to him as though he had been there for months. It was time for him to get out of there. He was riding with his parents. They had missed the exit to his house. Kelly asked why they passed their cutoff. His parents told him that they were taking him to a different hospital, one that specialized in rehabilitation. Kelly's heart fell to his stomach. He thought he was going home. The doctors had been telling him all that last week that he
Voila.
would be able to leave. Another month went by. Kelly hated every minute of it. He was finally going home. Kelly had to quit kickboxing class. He wept as he said goodbye to his instructor. Before the accident, Kelly had been in Muay Thai class for a few years. He had made it to only 3 belts away from his black belt. The belt order is white, yellow, orange,
Well,
blue, green, purple, red, brown, and
thank you
black.
to coin them.
He had made it to purple. His parents didn't like where Kelly had spent a lot of his time shortly before and then after his accident. He had begun hanging there before the accident. It was the place he was before he left to come home. And then he was hit by the car. He and his two best friends had already started getting into trouble with the police. They would hang out at this lady's house. Kelly was 15, just like his main best friend. The other friend was already 16. This lady was 21 years old, married, and had a small child. The girl started to drink liquor with the young boys. The next memory he had was being on top of the girl, losing his virginity. He's 15 and she's almost 22. Her kid is running around the trailer in a diaper. Kelly's nephew, Jesse, was hiding under the bed. Kelly had told him to go back and get under the bed just to be funny. Kelly was half drunk. About 6 or 7 minutes into it, Kelly heard the bedroom door shut open and shut very loudly. He thought it was the girl's husband. It was only his nephew, who was only 10 years old. So that cut the whole thing short. But Kelly was still happy with himself because he had lost his virginity. Now his friends couldn't make fun of him anymore. Okay, that's the first, you know, that's the way it starts, that's starting out. That's like I said. Uh, Suicide, dead, comma, waking up. Anyway, and there goes on. There's stories of car explosions, stabbings and shootings, and women. It's a bunch of stuff, and it's all true, unfortunately. But I wouldn't really change anything. I'm just glad I'm still alive and doing much better now. Uh, any questions? I don't know how much time I'm supposed to have, so I guess that's. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
Wow. 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 That sounds really great. Nice to hear from you. Please, readers, do you have any appreciation to give to Otto Kelly? Kindly show your appreciation, and we got to hear more from him. Mr. Kelly.
Yes.
We appreciate your sincerity and your effort in publishing this book and going live. But I have a question more further to ask from you. Can I proceed?
Yes.
Thank you. Uh, Choosing this gangster as a genre to publish your books. How many books have you published ever since your beginning, since debut? How many books so far?
Three.
Three books. Wow. That's
Yeah.
that's
Diary of a D.O.G. That was my second autobiography. Blood in My Blood was first. Uh, by the way, it's a little girl loses her life. That's anyway from a suicide, possible murder. But anyway, that's a true thing too. And also the other one is called Scoundrels Need Love Too,
wow.
and it has some fiction to it, but it's kind of based loosely off of facts too. And
Wow,
yeah,
wow.
actually, it's technically it's Blood of My Blood and Diary of a D&OG are for sale on Amazon and different places. But the third, The Scoundrels Need Love Too, it was published, but I took it down while I got my Amazon account straightened out. Like the, but so I just haven't added it back yet.
Wow.
So, but that'll be back up soon. It just needs to be republished.
Wow, that's really
Great.
nice. That's really nice. So are you publishing the books?
Yeah. What did you say, bud?
Are you publishing the books yourself or connecting with any publishing houses?
No, unfortunately, I haven't
I said,
gotten. I've had.
what is it?
Excuse me.
I said, are you publishing your books yourself or you connected with any publishing houses?
Yeah, that's what. No, I'm not in the. Unfortunately, I wish I could, of course, get picked up by a traditional publisher, but I try for so long to the submission and everything. It's so difficult. I don't know. Hopefully, some of the other you guys have.
Okay, that's very nice. We believe Wakeelite Publishing will have more benefits than this spotlight to offer you in the nearest future. Are you open to that?
Am I what?
I mean, Wakeelite Publishing is there for you always to support your book publication on how to get more global distribution for your books. Are you open to that?
Uh, that sounds great.
No,
Yeah.
no problem, no problem. That will be. We are going to send you more feedback about this after the spotlight. So let's get back to the readers. Readers, are you here? No problem.
Hey,
Our readers are ready to hear from you. Let's open a room for question and answer. If we can have many as possible questions from our readers, can we move on? Mr. Kelly.
yeah.
Okay, no
Yeah.
problem. Readers, please, if you have any question to ask Mr. Kelly regarding the books or his author journey, kindly send uh, your questions through the chat box. Okay, Mr. Kelly.
Do I think?
Mr. Kelly,
Yeah.
we have a question here.
Yeah. It looks like Faith left. I'm not sure if that's who asked the question or about
Uh,
does the justice system
Austin
uh,
Austin has
do,
ask a question here. Austin asked a question. It says, if readers could remember just one thing from your book, what would you want it to be? Can you give an answer to this?
yeah, are you asking for a story that right off my head or like the I don't know, just I mean, everything in the book, all the stories are, you know, what people would, but it's none of it's. I
Okay.
mean, there's the sprinkles of
Yes.
humor in there. Like I said, like my. Go ahead, somebody trying to talk. Due to your experience, what man? My questions aren't. I can't. The questions are disappearing too fast. I can't read them all.
Okay.
Ever who that was? I haven't.
That's really great. That's nice. Thanks for your question. Thanks for the answer. I believe he was able to answer your question, Austin. Now let's move to another question here on the chat box. We have it. Do you think society gives second chance fairly? I believe you're able to read it.
Oh, no,
Do you think society gives second chance fairly?
no, I don't.
No. Wow.
Mostly don't. Once you're labeled a criminal, or if you have a jail record, I mean, well, everybody don't. Anyway, no, I don't like the. I don't like the system. I paid thousands of dollars. Luckily, I haven't been into prison. I've been to jail, but
Okay.
not prison. Hey, Oakland, David. Thanks, man. Your dedication to storytelling is truly inspiring. Thanks, Harper Gray.
Okay. Hope you are able
Yeah,
to read the
well,
question.
excuse me.
I said, were you able to read the questions?
Yeah, well, that last one or two I did.
Okay. Okay. Let's move to another
I
question.
was able to read.
A question says, in a nutshell, can you tell us how do you overcome difficulties during your author's journey? Wow. How do you overcome some difficulties during your author journey?
Overcome the difficult. Uh,
Or have you ever encountered any
Lawyers.
difficulties through your author's journey?
What'd you say? My author journey. Well, I've been. I guess technically, I've been started writing stories in the sixth or seventh grade, and just come. And I make made websites up and all this, all basically leading because I used to produce, do the raps and produce hip hop music back in. I started that in '09. I tried that and for about 6 years, and being a white guy from a small city, it's not that easy. So, but it's kind of a literary where you work with words and stuff. So that basically led up to writing stories again.
Wow,
And
that's nice.
my and the first one I published, like Blood of My Blood, that was inspired kind of by some dear friends of mine whose daughter unfortunately lost her life, and it's the whole thing. But and now I'm doing really well compared to the rest of my life, the way it's been. I'm uh, like I said, I've gotten three books published, and just this last few months, I've quit. Which I don't know. I'm getting kind of personal, but just to let you, I'm I've quit cigarette. Well, I'm done smoking 15 days now, and
Oh,
anyway, I'm doing good.
okay.
So, any
That's
other?
that's a great journey around the book. So here is another question from Adebisi Something. I think we can proceed.
Yeah,
Thank you. Due to your past experience, what advice do you have for young people who think choosing the gangster is the right path, and how do you think your book can help awake them? I think you understand this question.
Well, I'll be honest. The book is not going to help. Uh, no, where it's just like it's like a kind of like movies. Life like a movie. That was because I've started since I've started on volume 2 of it because it was just straight remembering different stories and stuff. When did you last publish and what? I couldn't read that. Uh, but the book, no, it's not a. Like I said, it's like a movie. Take all the famous gangster movies, Goodfellas, Scarface. None of that makes it seem bad, except for uh, the death. Anyway, lawyers, death, and prison are not something you want to go for. No. So the book, the diaries, I call it, it has a bunch of stories of well, actually, I'm uh, on the higher side of an IQ, but I've done tests. But anyway, not smart decisions at all. Luckily, I've been and I hadn't gotten too much trouble, but I've been very lucky, I guess you could say. Still here to write about it, but no, I don't condone any of the stuff that's in the story. It is an interesting read. Like I said, it's mostly crime stories or whatever. Thanks, Rick. Uh, but yeah, I wouldn't suggest doing any things in the book, except maybe. Well, never mind. I'll start to be funny. Or the part I read about the married lady when I was 15 and my nephew went to the bed. That was, I mean, everything's true. I mean, ask me any detail and I can explain. So that was funny. Yeah. That's what I mean by humor. I mean, you know, I was 15. She was 22. Like I said, she
Yes,
had a
yes.
baby and a husband at work. So,
Wow.
I
Yes.
kind of got,
You
I
got
got broke in,
you got
you
to let
know.
you got to let them go.
I guess I was I guess I was technically raped. Sorry for that word. I don't like using that word, but statutory, anyway. But so yeah, I started off. I've been on a wild road since, and stuff just progressed, and up until pretty big things, bad things. Like I said, I'm not pushing any of this, but you know, uh, I'm not sure if there's time. I'm gonna read the back the synopsis. It says Kelly Scott's life, as told in this raw and unfiltered narrative, in a gripping odyssey of chaos, survival, love, and addiction, criminality at its very best. Kelly's journey is marred by impulsive decisions, near-death experiences, and brush with both jail and self-destruction.
Wow.
Despite
Wow. Wow.
Despite a past filled with substance abuse, scams, and confrontations, he finds purpose in writing, finishing his first novel entitled Blood of My Blood and striving to right his wrongs by seeking forgiveness and living more honestly.
Wow.
His life is colored with wild escapades from courtroom sexual encounters to elaborate con and revenge missions
So
like explosions.
so
Are
amazing.
you trying? Am I out of time? Should I stop? I
Wow.
heard you trying to say something.
Sounds great. Mr. Kelly, thanks
Yeah.
thanks for your feedback and thanks for the active response. It was so amazing. I give you an applause. Applause, applause, applause. So uh I believe Tyler Smith is here with us as well. Is this another author from your ends or your friends or your son?
I'm a
Tyler?
son.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
I'm just a son.
Thanks, Samson. Go ahead, Tyler.
Do you mean
Uh,
do you mean Tyler is also your son or another author?
I'm
Yes,
not an author, buddy.
he's my son in the other room.
Wow, wow,
He can
wow, wow! That's so amazing. Please let's see you in video, Tyler Smith.
Oh, hold on a second.
Oh wow, that's really nice. Nice connecting with you. I believe we can have more conversation and more benefit to share together. Nice meeting you too, Mr. Tyler.
yeah.
Here is another question from another readers here. Adebisi
Uh,
Samson,
I just I just
Adebisi
had a
Samson
question.
appreciates your response. So he said you were saying something about movie. Are you planning in creating a reality movie that inspired by true life story in the nearest future?
That would be great, but I don't think I have the means to. I don't have any connections in Hollywood like
But
yet. So
but you can.
no, but that would be cool.
But there is a way you can make this come into reality. Wakeelite Publishing can support you with this. There is a way you can make the planning come into a reality movie and get it online. You can be featuring it on your YouTube channel. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course. It's just, man, I have a hard time, and I've been, like I said, doing this for, I guess, started in 2021. I've always had a problem
okay, okay.
getting follows and likes from my channel. I don't know
Wow, that means you can share.
if I'm just,
You can share.
I don't know if I'm just that unlikable or what.
No problem.
I'm really impressed. Your writing journey and zeal putting your
No
man.
problem.
I can't read
You
the questions. Are I'm sorry, y'all. I can't. The questions are. I wish I could hear everybody's voice, but I can. It's just the
no problem. No problem.
message is showing up.
My overview is Lyra. You can send us the your YouTube channel through the WhatsApp. We can go through it and share more ideas on how to bring up some creativity and bring those ideas into reality through movie.
Well, that would be overwhelming. That would be great.
No
I
problem. No
gotta
problem.
say.
Yes, I think we're having another question here from Alfs. The question says, which theme stands out most in the book? Is it crime, survival, addiction, or redemption?
All that except the only thing I guess redeeming is in or kind of is like the on the back on the synopsis I just read. I mean, that's the facts throughout the book. Well, maybe at the end it says something about now I try to do. What do you think readers can learn from Kelly's journey? Uh, but like it's like I said, it's all bad. I mean, it's negative stuff. It's criminal stuff. If I had the choice, which I wouldn't change anything, just because that's my life, and it's made me who I am. But nobody needs to do anything, anything in this book. Just like nobody should do anything that's in Scarface or oh, y'all like my Scarface thing here? That's my blanket I got up there. Anyway, that this stuff is not positive at all. It's just like the stuff they say in the movies is true. It ends up jail or in jail or in a coffin, and usually broken heart. I'm just getting over a broken heart. I was anyway from Lemon Victor. Okay, it keeps coming. Okay, thanks, Victor. Yeah, I was through my. I'm not sure if it's said, but just a side note. Like I said, everything is real. Thanks, David. Uh,
Wow.
uh, from for instance, from the end of 2007 until 2010, February or August 2010, my house was rated or full of cops 13 different times. You know, so it's pretty, and that's not fun at all. So, you know, it's not. And I probably went to jail maybe 5 times out of that. Not for a long time because I always had bail money and stuff like that. But it's, you know, I feel kind of self-conscious. Like, I don't know. People know me like on Facebook and in the small city, and the title of the book and the picture, you know, that's okay. It's your story. What's your mission in putting? I didn't see the last word, but my mission is just to be which I guess I am considered a professional author now. I just want to be a paid author. And the first, what I was saying though, but you know, the title and the picture, you know, I'm kind of self-conscious on Facebook or whatever, because people that don't know me, like family and friends, know me, and but I don't want people like thanks Publish LLC. I don't want people like that don't know me, or even friends that don't know me, you know, like thinking I'm trying to act like I'm a big mafioso or anything like that. It's not that, but yeah, there's not one thing that any other gangster, ex-gangster knows about that I don't know about, you know? So there's every one story. This is fun. I don't know. I don't think it's in, or it may be. I'm not sure if it's in the diary, but it was in Scoundrels Need Love Too. This is a story. I got kicked off of Instagram, my account, for this story because I was reenacting. Well, I'm not going to reenact it, but one time when I was I don't know, 19 or something like that, me and my sister, we call her Judy Fly, crazy old. Anyway, she was older. She's older, and you know, just as she's pretty raw. And anyway, I'm in North Carolina. We went to Tennessee to pick up this old car from my other sister, and we came back. What's one thing you know that you wish you'd known when you started writing?
What's one thing you know
Well, when I first
that you wish you know
when I first started, I would have liked to have known better as far as writing, you know, proper all the way proper grammar and stuff, you know. But then, you know, I got my diploma in creative writing, advanced creative writing, but so, you know, stuff like that, and publishing, a little bit more about publishing, because I had paid a bunch of money to Sigma Publishers, and they did. I'm not plugging them. They did a bad job to begin with. I've had it redone, and now it's proper. But anyway, and they charged me too much money, and I'm still digging myself out of the hole from that. And I haven't, you know, like I said, I have trouble getting followers. Like I said, I don't know if I'm just that unlikable or what, but so I haven't made a tremendous amount of sales, you know, at all. But
what you saw?
Samson described my author journey in one word: tedious. Yeah.
How do you describe your author journey in one word? Mr. Kelly.
Yeah. Well, that's what
I said, how do you describe your author's journey in one word?
Yeah, I thought I just answered that kind of, but just learning more as I go, which I've always, you know, have great stories, you know, from all different varieties. Just it's just a learning, you know. Obviously, the longer you go and stick with it, the more the longer you go, the more you know, as far as
Yes,
the writing, the process, and get
that,
published and all that.
that's life on its own. The more you go, the more you know, and
Yeah,
the more you learn.
I didn't even mean for that to rhyme. That's how good I am. Just playing, but
Wow,
yeah,
wow, that's nice. Now we are moving. I think we don't have any more question. Let's keep that question till another day. Will you be open to featuring you maybe next month or any other day to for another book or meeting our readers on another spotlight?
yeah, of course.
No problem.
Thanks, David.
No problem. We would like to meet you more in the future, maybe next in some weeks now. And if there is any events, we are going to reach out to you to be featured. Thank you very much, Mr. Kelly. Now, moving on to the feedback. Do you have any acknowledgements or any feedback? How you feel excited with Wakeelite Publishing for giving you this opportunity?
Uh, yeah, I didn't. I could hardly understand what you were saying, bud.
I said regarding the spotlights, how do you feel? How do you feel excited in featuring you on this spotlight today? What is your acknowledgement or feedback about the Wakeelite Publishing?
Oh yeah, it's been great. I love the questions. Like I said, I'll answer anything. I'm not shy about it. Do you have a book planning in the future that you would like your?
Yeah, come on.
Uh, well, like I said, I have a couple. There's like I said, the volume 2 diary, uh, volume 2, life like a movie is what the subtitle I was going to name it, and then there's one I'm just starting messing with. Is I'm not sure the
Wh-
title. I was thinking about naming it The Bachelorette. Anyway,
No
it's
problem.
about a guy falls in love and then she messes around. Then he ends up shooting her at the end. But you know,
Which, Mr. Kelly,
yeah.
which platform are you planning to launch the book? I mean, to publish the book?
On Amazon, I guess, unless somebody gives me, I know that's the only way I have.
No problem. And there is an opportunity I want to let you know. Do you understand that you can also publish maybe on other publishing platforms like BookBub, Barnes and Noble, or Goodreads?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. From what everyone tells me, all the marketers and stuff, they say Amazon's the best place. Now, speaking of Goodreads, though, I have tried to. I would like, which I didn't know they was an actual publishing place, but I knew you could. I know you can feature books on there or whatever, but I've never been able to get
No
to
problem.
sign in as the author.
We can.
I can. The only account I can make was as a reader and not as an actual author that's trying to
No
promote something.
problem. We can recommend that for you, and we can work on that. We can work on that. It's a great idea to connect more with readers, get more reviews, and it's going to boost more of your awareness. I believe this go right, Mr. Kelly.
Yeah,
So
I didn't hear that.
every proposal needed or suggestion to this on how to scale up your book publication is going to be sent to you after the spotlight. You can check it and give some decision about it.
All right, no problem.
No problem. So nice meeting you, Tyler. I'm going to connect with Mr. Kelly to get more connected with you. Maybe we can communicate more better.
Okay.
No problem. Nice meeting you. Please take regard of Mr. Kelly very well. We can't wait to meet you next month in some weeks now to be featured on another spotlight. Wakeelite Publishing give you the regards. Nice meeting you today. Now we've come to the end of this spotlight. I believe we are going to meet on another day.